Not a Real Enemy, the true story of a Hungarian Jewish man's fight for freedom, details the experience of Erwin Wolf's escape from Nazis, shared from his son. Joining us via Zoom is author Robert Wolf, his son. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. I want to start with, obviously, I think reading books like yours are immensely important because, especially over the last few years, people throw around that word, this is like Nazi Germany, or this person's a Nazi, or whatever, and books like this, I think, tell the real story of what that actually means and the weight of those words. Tell us a bit about what this story is.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you mentioned anti-Semitism. I mean, anti-Semitism is on the rise now. It's racism in general, and anti-Semitism is never acceptable. The message, the backdrop of anti-Semitism is seen throughout the book, throughout the story. This heartfelt book, this novel, my dad's biography, is a labor of love. I converted his autobiography that he wrote in the 70s into a biography about 4 years ago, after my mom passed away. A friend of the family, a historian, handed me the disc to my dad's story, and we converted it into a biography. About 20 editions later, 20 edits later, we've turned it into a very, very special novel, a very special biography, which describes my dad's cunning and guile, the way he outwitted not only the Nazis, but also the communists. He was he had multiple escapes, both from forced labor camps and ultimately from Hungary itself. They were never they never took part of the Nazi Party or the Communist Party. They never bought into it. If you were Jewish, you were pretty much screwed. If things were all stacked up against you throughout very turbulent times from the 30s well into the 50s, when the communists beat back the Germans at the end of World War II, things were okay for a while, but they really never got better especially for the Jewish people of the Jewish religion. People need to learn about it. I want to teach kids and grandkids, yours and mine, about the history of World War II as we start to forget about the events that happened back then, and even the Russian Revolution, which is compared now to the Hungarian Revolution, against the Soviets in 1956, a 2-week war in which my parents were frontliners. 3,000 people died, and many displaced people, injured, and refugees, very similar to the Ukraine war currently, very parallel. Not much has changed, apparently, with the Russians, at least to me. But the racism is wrong, but also there are good and bad parts in this book. I mean, the book is excellent. The reviews are rave reviews across the board. It's an adventure, but it also describes how my dad's parents, how they struggled back in the teens through World War I in the early 20s. My dad's childhood was kind of okay, but his adulthood was very, very harrowing at times, and of course for his parents as well. Also, it describes the history of Hungary, the Hungarian people through the 30s through the 50s that not a lot of people know about. We know about World War II in England and France and Germany, and of course the United States and the Pacific, but not a lot of people talking about Hungary. So it's a history book, it's a biography, it's memoir, it's amazing, it's heartfelt. It's been described as riveting and compelling, captivating, inspirational. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm pitching my own book, but it's also fantastic, fantastic work. And I have a great team helping me with the book as well.
Well, we want to get the details to people so they can check this out. Thank you so much for joining us. I think I'm going to pick this up myself because, like you said, it's an important story, one that people really need to understand.
And you can purchase it on Barnes & Noble online, and of course Amazon online through ebook, Kindle, and a hard copy through paperback or a hardback.
All right, thank you so much, Robert Wolf. And as you mentioned, Not a Real Enemy from author Robert Wolf. Available now at retailers online, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble. For more information on this book, really check it out, robertjwolfmd.com.